Hi guys, it's Debbie from Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I have to admit I have been slacking a little bit. You probably remember that a couple of months ago I had gotten in all these really nice wax stamps to play with from Craspire. Well, I've been so busy on other projects that I hadn't pulled these back out yet, so I decided to do that this morning. What I'm doing at this point is I'm just going ahead and heating up some of those little wax pieces and getting them all hot so I can start creating with them. I had a couple of ideas as to what I could do with this, and I pulled out a bit of baker's twine, and I'm going to be using this little the envelope with all of the hearts and stuff coming out of it, you know, the Happy Mail stamp. And I'm just pouring some of that wax down kind of towards the end of my baker's twine. Got it folded in half, and this is going to be the loose end. So I'm just pouring some of that down, and then I'm going to stamp over it with that wax seal. While this first one cools down a little bit, I go ahead and put some more of the little wax pieces into the melter, I guess I'd call it. I'm using 4 per wax seal, and that seems to be the right amount. Now that that wax is pretty much done, I'm going to go ahead and see about moving the one that I already did. I'm using a small spatula to lift that off, and it did stick a little bit to my glass mat, but I knew it wouldn't damage my glass mat. What I did notice is that I didn't stamp the image right side up, so that one can be used, but it's it's upside down basically. I'm grabbing another piece of twine, and I'm going to try this again. Okay, this one turned out a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the markers that came in this kit. I'm going to grab the gold one and just color those raised edges from that stamp so that you can see the image. You can probably see in the upper right hand corner where I colored the other one, and yes, it is it's not right side up. So anyway, this does add a lot more. I don't know. I like wax seals a lot better now that I know how to color them. I had tried some ages ago and didn't know how they were getting that really cool look in the pictures that I saw. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and try lifting this up again off of my glass mat using that spatula. This one's not quite dry enough or cooled enough to be really doing this, so I felt like I was flexing the flexing the wax a bit much. It does come up, and it comes up fine and only leaves a little bit of residue on my glass mat, but then I decide, you know, I really think I need to get a regular craft mat that is made for using with hot items, so I'm going to redo that and add it to my desktop. And of course, I'm going and doing another one of these. Now, here's the thing. This is one of those activities that it's nice and relaxing. You have to wait while the wax melts. And then it's also really, really hard to stop because you see how cool each of your individual pieces go. Well, at this point, it looks like I didn't use quite enough of the wax. So I stamp it down, and it still turns out okay, but it doesn't really cover as much as I want. But this is a good test. Now I'm adding some more of those little wax pieces so I can do another one. Now that it's cooled, I go ahead and pick it up using that spatula. And I noticed that it came up so much easier than off of my glass mat. So that's a good reference. Make sure you use an anti-stick surface like this because it works so much better. For this purple one, I decided to go over it with the silver marker for the little envelope, and that looks I think each one of these looks so darn cute. Now, each of these little guys is probably strong enough. However, to me, on the back of the ones that I've got the cords on, it looks, well, to me, it looks like it isn't quite substantial enough. So I'm trying something. Not sure if it will work out or if it'll help at all, but I'm adding a little bit of the wax to my surface first and then putting the cord in, and then I'm going to pour the rest of the wax down so that I can do the stamping. Okay, we're going to let that cool. You've probably been wondering when I was going to get around to the bookmarks. So what I've got is some paper clips. These are some jumbo paper clips I believe I got off of Amazon. And I thought one cool way to do it would be to just tie it to the end of one of my cords. Another way that you can make this would be to pour your wax on the end of your paper clip and then stamp it down over there. Now you want to make sure that it's going to be on the end that will allow you to use it. You know, you've got those two pieces at the bottom and then the open-ish end on the top. So put it on the top. So I'm putting some of that down with this newest batch of wax that I've been melting, and then I'm going to try stamping down, again, checking to make sure that I've got it right side up. I love how this turned out, but the back does not look like it is really that stable. So, just like I've done on other planner paper clips and such that I've made, other bookmarks, I'm going to add a reinforcer to the back. Now, if I had a blank stamp, you know, one that doesn't have any kind of an image on it, I probably would go ahead and just put some more wax down and use that. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like that at this point. While I'm deciding on how I'm going to add a reinforcer on the back, I figured I would try these out in a book. So here's the one with the cord. Just clip it on the inside on your page with the cord all the way through, and then depending on the size of your book, you'll either have it hanging off the end or in between some pages. And then we've got the other one that pokes out the top, and I think both of these are some really cute options, and this is something that is a somewhat of a unique thing that you could give as a gift. I love the way that these are turning out, except that it needs a reinforcer on the back. So for this first one, I've punched out of some heavyweight cardstock just a little circle using one of my circle punches, and I'm going to use some glossy accents for this. We know that glossy accents is pretty strong, so I'm thinking it should do a good adhesion on here. Have not tried it on wax before, so I can't say for certain, but we'll see. It should at least do well for the paper portion, so we'll just have to see how it works out over time. You remember me saying that this is a little bit hard to stop? Well, I decided to make one more before cleaning the spoon. So I'm adding some of that wax again to the end of one of the paper clips, and then I'm going to stamp down with my little wax, my wax seal. To clean my spoon, I'm just making sure that the wax is nice and hot, and I'm just using a paper towel to wipe everything down, including that little burner there too. For this last one, I'm also going to be trying to add something as a reinforcer on the back. So I'm adding some triple thick by Deco Art. Then I'm just going to add that little black circle to the back and let it dry. This was so much fun playing with this wax seal kit. If you want to see my initial playtime with this set, check out my unboxing video. You'll find a link to it down in the description. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thanks again for dropping by, and remember, if I can make it, you can too.